Hey guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. We're still here with part 3 of our Let's Make a Thing and Figure It Out as we go along series. The hopefully not super long ongoing series, but we'll see how long it takes. So I'm just gonna wait and see if anybody pops in. If they don't, we're just gonna go for it. And I'm gonna set some stuff up so I can see the chat. So bear with me real quick. It actually won't take me that long. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to get back to work with this. We're gonna keep working on this. If you did not see the last live, it's still on the channel. It's safe so that you can craft along with me, and we'll make this thing together. As coined in the last live, this is a stash buster. We're using up like envelopes and cards and stuff like that that I have in my stash, as well as stuff from my Edgar Allan Poe kit, just to work some stuff out and use some stuff up so it's not just sitting around. I think probably the next journal I make will be an Edgar Allan Poe journal. Don't quote me on that though, because I just finished like my most recent kit for my design team. And I kind of am a little obsessed with it, so I might skip ahead and do that and then come back to this, who knows. But we're going to keep working on this together for sure. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for waking up so early. Oh my gosh. I tried to pick a time that was convenient for myself, of course, obviously, but also like not super late in most extremes based on like where my audience is. But it's kind of hard to hit like the right time for everybody across the board. But I appreciate you joining me super early. So last time we had done like the bare bones and the structural stuff, and then we made a couple of pockets. So we've got like this envelope pocket, and then I'm going to cover that up eventually when we decorate, probably. And then this envelope, which opens up this way. And then this is some tarot cards with belly bands across that we're going to tuck some stuff into. And then here's like a little paper bag. And this flips open so you can journal back here. And then there's the bag there. And then you can store a bunch of stuff in there. And then this is a flap, like a tag flap. So I'm going to stick some tags in there. I'll show you what that looks like, because I have some stuff just kind of sitting around offhand, some offcuts. So we'll stick some tags in there, so we'll have like a row of tags in there, which will be cool. And then those will flip around like that. And then we're probably going to add something else here. I want another flippable element, like a big page maybe, to go in here. And then we do have a fairly decent gusset, which I think will accommodate a lot of the bulk. And then we're going to add something today to this page, something interactive, because that's what I promised last time. And then this is also a big pocket. And then on this page, this flips open. And then we're going to attach something to this flap and then figure out what to do with this page. I haven't decided if we're going to do that today or not, because I don't know how long that little interactive piece is going to take. But this is like an envelope pocket that we made last time. This flips open, and then this flips out to journal on. And then there's also like a pocket back here. And I still got to figure out how I want to close that. And then the last page is another pocket. And then this flips out this way. And then I was also thinking, maybe I might turn this into like more of a usable journal than it currently is. Because I have another one of the envelopes we used for the body of this. It's a sticky club. That was my address envelope. So I think I can cover up my address and then like tuck this into this flap this way. And then we'll turn this back part maybe into like a journal. I'll think about it. And we'll see if that works out. I appreciate you watching, Michelle. I know you were here last time. I remember. So yeah, so that's what we're going to work on today. I still have some stuff pulled out. I have some of this vellum I want to use to make some pockets on this side, I think. And then I also had an idea on how to use up more of these little black envelopes, because I have a lot of them. So we might do that as well, depending on how long this takes. So for this page, what I wanted to do is a sliding pocket, because as I said last time, a lot of the things that you guys asked me for specifically are like tutorials on interactive elements, and all that stuff I learned from other YouTubers in those videos who I also linked on the original videos, and I might, if I remember, go back and link them in this video. But I don't mind showing you guys how I did it, because I learned from somebody else how to do it, and that's the way that we learn, is by sharing. Hi, Christelle. Thanks for joining us. So to make a sliding pocket, and that's the kind where like it's like a hidden pocket, and it slides up and down, so it covers up the opening here, so you wouldn't know that this is a pocket. You need like a base, and it has to be some type of pocket. So this is what I've chosen because I like the size of it. I was gonna point out in the kit, and I almost used this one. There's an envelope similar to this. So if you don't have the stash to like stash bus like this, and you know, all these envelopes and stuff like that, it comes in the kit. So you can use those and achieve relatively the same effect. But this envelope is actually a little bit skinnier than this one. And for what I want it to be kind of big because it's our main interactive piece in this this book. I want it to be bigger. So I'm going to use this bigger envelope. What up, Janine? How you doing, beauty queen? That's my friend. She's here. So to make this pocket, you need a pocket. Any pocket that has a top opening will do. I'm gonna glue this together because these coin envelopes are normally open. I'm gonna glue this flat, and then you're also gonna need either like foam tape. I'm gonna use some leftover cardboard because foam tape is expensive, and I like to save that for more showy stuff. And then you need something to put on top of this to like decorate it up. So we're not going to do any decorating this time because we're still building structural stuff. But I have a scrap piece of cardstock, which we're going to need. What up, April? There's my other friend. And then I swear I pulled all this stuff out beforehand to get ready, and I think I just tidied it up and put it all back. And I'm gonna use this card that's in my stash. I have a lot of these thank you gift card things. I don't know where they came from. I think they came from various Happy Meals from previous junk journal, art journal swap groups and stuff like that. And I don't write cards, so I'm not gonna use it for anything else. But I'm gonna use it for this, and then we're gonna decorate over the top. But you need something to be the base for your sliding attachment. And this one is really easy, guys. So that's why I chose to do it on a live video. So I got some cardboard, and my ink. So we're just gonna go at it. So first, I'm gonna ink this guy up. You know, Janine, I don't actually know how you make people admins. So I think April told me how to do it at the time. And that's how she ended up an admin. So if April wants to walk me through it again, you could also be an admin. My stamp pad is super inky because I left it out and it dried up, and then I re-inked it and it works now. But it's all over the place. So we're just going to ink this guy up. How's everybody doing? How are you guys doing? Click her name, maybe? Let's see. The only options are to report or block, and I don't feel like reporting Janine yet. And if I block her, I can't troll on her stuff, so we're just gonna leave that option open for another day. Oh, I just realized I probably can't do that because I'm in my other account watching the chat. Boom, there you go. Now that we're all happy and settled in here, I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Does anyone have Memorial Day plans? Janine probably does because she's a social butterfly, but, you know, like everybody else. Okay. That's inky. Oh, I'm going to do this inside part. Alright. So we're inked. Now we glue. A weird amount of overlap. I wonder what the reason is for all that overlap. Like, I'm not mad at it. I just want to know. Okay. So the important thing about doing anything that's interactive is that you want to make sure that your base level is pretty sturdy. Oh, you're still in hurricanes? Oh, man. How did you forget a whole 3-day weekend, April? Like, you always have all the holidays off. How do you just miss it? Okay, so the base sturdy stuff. You don't want to use, like, your flimsy printer paper to make these, because it'll wear down over time. And then you need the part that's actually going to do the work, like, be the load-bearing bit. So we're going to use this cardstock. Also, something sturdy. And just sort of fold it over. If you want it to be like super professional, you could crease it with like a scoreboard. But I'm trying to make this accessible to people. That might be too tight. So maybe give yourself a little bit of an allowance. You don't want it to be like so overlapped that it gets wonky, but you don't want it to be so tight it doesn't slide. But yeah, I'm trying to make this accessible to people who don't have like huge fancy craft supplies and tools and stuff like that. Plus, I don't want to like pick up my scoreboard and put it down here every single time unless I really need it. So it's half like altruism, half laziness. Yeah, I figured it out. Crystal was right. So yeah, so this I think will work. This will slide. And then we're just going to glue that down. And you want to glue this first, because you can't go backwards. And I mean, I guess you could as long as you don't glue it to your page. But hyperbolic. So I'm going to glue this down a bit, and then I'm going to trim off the excess. Scissors. Yep. Trim off the excess and then some. That's fine. So that's going to be the actual part that does the work. And you want it to make sure like it's sturdy because it's got to go over this guy, or at least most of it. And then this is the piece that you're going to glue like your cover piece to, the thing that's actually going to do the covering. So also you want to be mindful, because if you don't want this like to have to come all the way up here to cover, like be aware of where you glue this to, or like, you know, at what point you glue this to. Because if you glue it like too far down and then you try to slide it up, it won't cover. I can't demo that. If you glue it too far down and then try to slide it up, it won't cover your pocket, and then it'll stick out, and then it'll defeat the purpose. I wonder though, what if I turned it this way? And then it opened up. Go like this. Because that would add like a different direction, since everything's been folding out this way. What do you guys think? While I wait for you guys to tell me, I'm going to do this. Alright, so then you want to cut either your foam board or your cardboard to just a little bit under the size of your envelope. So yeah, I'm happy with that size. And then we're just going to cut some strips off it. And I think to keep a low profile, I'm only going to use one. If I wanted this to be like a more pronounced thing, I might stack up 2 pieces just to give it some more height. I don't know what that is. Piece of string. It was like the tape string. But I'm only going to use one because this is going to be chunky by the time we're done, and I don't want it to be like super, super bulky. But whatever you use to like buffer up your envelope, you got to make sure it's thicker than whatever you use to slide your pocket up and down on, so it stops it. And then we're just gonna glue one to the top and one to the bottom, and that is like it. That's the bones of the sliding pocket. It is super, super simple. Should I use a stronger glue? Yeah. Maybe use a stronger glue. I mean, it's cardboard to paper, which is paper to paper, but just in case, because it's gonna be supporting something that's interactive. So we'll have good or best practices on there. Oh my gosh. You guys are wilding in the comments, just wilding out. So I'm going to come just a little bit under the edge, like 1/8 of an inch under, just so that nothing peeks out and you don't see it. That's the reason why you cut it a little bit shorter than the width too. I'm going to do the same for the top. And then all we have to do when we're ready is glue this down to here. I am not ready because I think I want to stamp on this. Yeah. And maybe we'll keep using our peeling paint background stamp to achieve this. And I'm not worried about like getting ink and stuff on this because you're not going to see it. But you're going to see this part when it's like being all flipped around. I was thinking about like covering it with paper from the kit and using the backgrounds there, but I kind of like not doing that. Slide this up. That would help. There we go. I'm not sure how much of this will be visible. I think I am leaning towards this way. Although, maybe this way. Okay. Bring me a snack, because this is going to be like a 6 snacker, I feel. The last one was long. We went for like 2 hours last time, guys. That was a crazy long time. Yeah, we're going to go this way. So yeah, so as we move it around, you'll be able to see like various bits of that stamping, which I like. And then when we decorate, maybe we'll do something more interesting on underneath. But I'm just going to glue just these pieces and nothing else to our background. I think I'm committed to that idea. Although, I do want to add something else right here. So maybe I'm not committed to that idea. What would I want to add? I think my original original idea was to add more of a journal element to this front part, but now that I have that other envelope, I think I'm kind of loving the idea of having a journal on the back. So, what can we add? Share with me your ideas. Hey, Carla! Thanks for joining. Why is it so blurry? Focus. Or maybe it's just my computer. Maybe it's not. I don't know what to add. I've been in the mood to watch Free Willy lately. Isn't that a weird, like, random movie to just be in the mood to want to watch? We could add an envelope there. Ooh, what if we did a giant tag? If we had like a giant tag flip up. Yeah. Considered the efficacy of using my shaky hands to cut a straight line. Man, about that life. So baby trimmer it is. That still was off. Is anybody crafting right now? I'd be interested to know if you guys were crafting along with me. So I could change the name of the series. It could just be like watch me craft. Or listen to me talk. Either or. Oh, you like the one with the bird? We can do that one. I'm gonna finish cutting this one out. Doesn't hurt to have it ready to go. Ooh, where'd you go, April? Were you shopping again? There we go. I think I'm going to cut a hole out too while we're here. And then this way later on I can tie some like fibers or whatever into it. But let's ink it up and then cut out the hole. Or actually, let's do that vice versa. It was smarter the other way. Why do I hold this like I'm left-handed? That doesn't make sense. It's 11 o'clock in France? Oh my goodness, that's so late. I can't imagine that my voice is the kind of voice that, like, dulls you off into a gentle slumber. You may want some, like, calming ocean sounds or something. Carla, you're making bread? I love bread. Now I want bread. Janine better bring back some bread. Alright. No, don't pull. If you guys remember last time, I said when you're using a knife like this, to not try to pull your stuff off and just go over your lines again, because you'll get a cleaner cut. Otherwise you get these little ugly dudes that make your cuts look wonky. But it's okay. That's what distress ink is for. 6 p.m. in Argentina. Oh my goodness. It's so cool that you guys are from all over the place and you're joining me here. I really love that. I appreciate you guys. In winter, how cold does it get in Argentina? Does it snow there? I don't think I've ever seen snow there. Maybe that's ignorant. Like, I know the seasons are reversed. But does it snow? I don't think it does. Alright. So we have our bird. Am I committed to this white background? Or do I want to back it? I should have backed it first. Planning. Let me think. Okay, so if we have this here, and these guys go over there. There we go. And then, do I want this to... Decisions I need to make. I like this here because it makes that line look less weird. I might pull out a sticker though, just to cover up that part. Cold but rarely snowy, huh? Alright. But it does occasionally snow. I dislike the summertime with a passion. So fall and winter are like my seasons. I love those. I like being cold and warm and cozy, but not hot. I hate being hot. Maybe, because I could make this flip this way too. I would have to do like a gusseted thing. A gusseted gusset. I don't understand what that means. Words. But I kind of am liking the idea of this flipping down. I think I'll still have to allow some space for it to sit on top of this comfortably. Which means I need my scoreboard, because it won't be straight otherwise. But I like that idea. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to find a sticker for this. Remind me, because I'll probably forget in the next, 2 minutes. Scoreboard. That's my mom coughing. She doesn't have COVID, though. Just allergies. And let's see what we have. This will work. So we'll like maybe a 1/4 of an inch. I don't know how bulky I want to make this. Yeah, let's do a 1/4 of an inch. So I'm come this way, and we'll score this at 1/2 an inch. And then we'll give that a quarter. Maybe 3/8. I think that might be too high though. Let's do a quarter. Go with our gut. A quarter. And then I think because it's going to be a both sides thing, we'll just fold it over. Because I'm going to glue these parts together. And then I'll just match these lines. There. Here and right here. All right. So, glue these together first. Alright, so that'll be a nice sturdy bit of reinforcement. Where's my bum foam? There it is. Ugh, ink on glue. So gross. And then we'll trim this piece off and then cut it to fit. Just glue everywhere now. Our tag. So I'll get my deckled edge scissors out for that part. But everything is damp because we didn't wait for it to dry. Which is kind of okay because it'll make it easier to fold. And then we're just going to cut it to size. Mark. And cut that off. Okay. This is nowhere near the line. This is the trickier part. Just trying to make two pieces of paper's folds match. I feel like that's not straight, but it's close enough. It might actually be straight. It's straight. So, that'll leave us with a nice, sturdy little lip to flip on. And it'll sit over our little sliding pocket pretty darn nicely. Oh, but I want to reverse this now because this is the side that's ugly. Because I got glue stuck to it. Why won't you fold over? You guys talk to your crafts? You know, like, keep them in line? Let them know what's for? Or is it just me? Alright, so this dish ink it first. I can hear you guys yelling at me. Get rid of that white edge and make everything look intentional. Get away. Alright. Now glue. I'm just using the nozzle to like spread around some of this glue because I want to make sure that like this flap gets glued down nicely. Okay, I know that you are, April, but my heart isn't. Alright. So, got this piece, which adds another fun flippable element to our guy. So stick that down here. And then I'll stick this over here, and I gotta find a sticker. I'm gonna let that kind of dry so it doesn't get too crazy. So let's see, bear with me while I look for a sticker to cover up that line. Oh, I have some of these washi tape sticker dudes from this pack, which I think will work. Yeah, because it's black. Ooh, so pretty. I've been like hoarding this stuff, so I mean I really need to use it. But it's cool. Yeah, this one will work. Perfect. Out of the way. Oh, it's a little short. Problems. Alright, sorry. Looking for something else to use. Okay. Let's see what's in here. I think it's the right colors. Ooh, I have two. One says poetry, neat. Okay, cool. So we'll just extend this into like a little collage. And then that'll hang out here. Yeah. And then this will be poking out from the side. I like that. Sold on that. What's you? That's my cat. I think she did it just for you, April. Ooh, these little hearts are cute. These are like washi stickers. They're super thin. My cat sneezed, April, just for you. It's her special guest appearance that she makes on these weekly shows. I said we weren't going to decorate it, but that line was like really harsh and was bothering me. So we'll do that for now. And then I'll be less bothered. And the world will be right again. go. April says bless you. I'm not sure she understood, but I think she felt the love. Thanks, Carla. Alright, so yeah, that's gonna look cute back here. And I'm okay with putting this off-center too, like it doesn't bother me too much. And I think when I stick this card on, I'm gonna stick it slightly off-center too, just to like add some more juxtaposition to this. So, flippy tag first. I don't think it's gonna overlap this tag, but just in case. And, ugh. I knocked over stuff. And since this is literally paper to paper, I'm only going to use this because it's not supporting anything except for just this tag. So I don't have to worry about like the structural bits there. I'm going to put that up to the edge evenly. And I'm only putting it up to the edge of the paper I glued down, not the edge of the envelope, because otherwise it'll hang out. And I don't want that. I'm going to give it a good press. Alright, so now we can glue our slider down. And just because I don't want it to come up, hey Janine, did you bring us bread? Because Carla's making bread and she said that you would bring it to us. Or something close to that. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, like I said, since this is structural and it's doing all the heavy work, you want to make sure that this is like adhered well and that we're using sturdy glue. It doesn't instantly dry the second you put it down. Just saying glue. And then we'll position it like so. Give that a good press. And the cool thing too is like, because this is raised a little bit, when we go back to decorate, you can totally stick stuff under here. Also, this could be like a tuck spot for stuff later on, but you would have to keep in mind it's going to inhibit anything you move. So you wouldn't be able to move stuff until you pulled it out. But either way, it would work. And then we're going to stick this to this, and I want to make sure that I can get at least up to here, because it's going to stop just shy of here with this covered, like so. And I think that'll sit far enough away that it doesn't add, like, stress on this piece. Which, if I wanted to, I could keep this underneath. And then we could have, like, this flip up, and then your tags in here, and then this will slide with this. I appreciate you, Carla. Maybe one day. And then, because this is glossy, I think I'm going to use double-sided tape. And glue. But only because I don't trust glossy paper all that much. And I could like rough it up with like a nail file or something so that it would stick to glue better, but that's what they made tape for? I'm pretty sure. So peel this off. Immediately throw it behind my desk, you know, so I can find that as a present later. Because I'm a jerk to myself even. And, let's see. I'll use some of the strong glue. Because it's glossy. And that'll really ensure that, like, our card piece, because this is going to be like another structural piece doesn't come off. Important thing is to make sure this is straight, because if it's like this and then you glue this, when you straighten it out, your thing's gonna be crooked. And then I can come this far up, and you want to glue it when it's like up here, so that you can see what it covers. So like that. Yeah, then we'll have like a card spot, and then this just slides like that. And then we can probably put like an image, something behind here, or down here. We can even probably slide it underneath, so it shows up no matter what. We'll figure that out when we go to decorate. But that's how you guys make a sliding pocket. Or a sliding hidden pocket. Because then we have this place to stick something, and then it'll get covered up by this, and you wouldn't even know. And then, you know, if you wanted to, you could tuck something down in here, and people might just think it's a tuck spot. But it moves. So that's fine, and I'm happy with that. And then we might do like something like chunky here, because we did give ourselves a lot of space to do so with this tag. So yeah, and I do think I like the idea of having this back there, and then that'll sit in here like this. And it's just a little bit it's like a little bit bulky for this. I probably could have made this a little bit smaller, like, I don't know, like 1/8 of an inch would have been too small, but I could have folded it by hand to whatever's between 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch. I don't know. Like a 1/16. But I think it's gonna be okay, because this was actually 3/8 of an inch. So it's just a little bit smaller, a little bit chunky, but that's okay, because I said it was gonna get chunky anyways. Pretty slick, Janine, pretty slick. So that's going to be this section. And I think because this is going to be so bulky with whatever we choose to decorate on here, I'm 100% committed to making the back a journal. So I don't know if we should add that right now. I have to get a marker and cover up my address though, because I accidentally flashed it earlier. If you wanted to go back and pause it and send me cool stuff, that would be cool, but don't send me spam. I don't like that. See, I think we'll make this a back page. So, tear off that. That's gross. So I want to add an indentation here, so that it will hold the journal part. So scoring board. So the question, I guess, is how big should the journal be? Everything is in my way. It's probably going to be a little guy. I don't want to make it too big, because it would just be like a big wonky mess. So maybe we'll score it at 1/2 an inch. Am I committed to that idea? Yeah. Hand-eye coordination. Okay. So there, we've got a spot for a journal. This part will slide into there. And I think we're gonna have to back this again. So we'll pop this open, because pockets are fun. our favorite part. So Janine, what are you doing? April's making tots. Carla's got bread going on. Everybody else is like curled up for bed or getting up for the morning if you're in Australia. Okay, so then we just have to add some paper to these so that they match. So let's see what we got. So let's see. I used mostly the blues and the grayish greens. So what colors haven't I used in backgrounds? Or do I want to use a patterned paper? I guess I should probably use a pattern, huh? Because it's a cover. Let's see. What do you mean, what kit is this? As my friend, I expect you to memorize and, like, love every single kit. Commit it to memory. So that you can remember it for me. It might help if I turn these around. Ooh, I kind of like this one. So maybe we'll make this one the cover page. Take a guess. Ooh, but this one's pretty too. We'll use both. Yes. You're trying to help me plug it. Oh my gosh. It's the Edgar Allan Poe kit. It's called The Raven. You can find it in my Etsy store. Link in the chat. Thanks to April. Well, I would hope so. I would really hope so. Because clearly, shameless self-promotion is not something I excel at. So let's see. I straight edged all those. So straight edges it is. And then, here's my ruler. So I need a 6-inch piece. That's good because this only goes up to 6 inches. Will I end up getting it in here? Trim off the edge. I'm okay with it not matching 100%. Because it'll just mean that more of the envelope will show, and that doesn't hurt my feelings. Thanks, Christelle. Yeah, because I don't want this guy's face in there. So we'll go to 5 3/4. Very nice. Trim off the edge first. Crookedest cut ever. Crookedest? Most crooked. Oh! Hey, Lori! Glad you got your internet back up. That sucks. Was it down forever? So, I think we can cut this one to 6 without issue. Because it's just going to be that leaf, and I'm not, like, worried about where that leaf goes. Oh, this is close. Now the question here is, because I don't remember how I cut the backing papers originally, is if this is going to be too short. Because if it is, we might have to actually back it with another piece of paper first. Get out. So let's see. Oh my goodness. It's like raining everywhere. Okay. So it's a little bit shy of the tops and the bottoms. I'm glad I got fixed too. See, it's going to be too big. How did that work out? Oh no, it's not. I had to come up to the line. So let's see. Like, I'm not mad at the yellow, but I'm a little concerned about just that little gap in between the two. So what to do? We're going to come down here to our scrap pile of offcuts. And we're just going to use that to back our stuff. Because I have like 900 of these. And they can do something for me. So that's a good one. I mean, like, a good one isn't it matches. Maybe this one too. That would suck. I would be mad if I had to go the whole holiday with no internet. So, I think we'll do this one with this one. And I kind of like the difference in colors here. So this is 12 by 12, I hope. It's not like a piece I cut to 11 first. This music paper side is also a good side. Now I don't know which side I want to use more. I like the little skulls. We'll go little skulls. I don't know why I'm inking the top. You're not going to see it. Blip, blip, blip. Just the bottom. And then... Aha! Fatal flaw in this logic. Because that's going to show. Unless I bring this up. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm not mad at that. Or I could flip it over. And do music paper on the top. Yeah, just mix it up. Okay. So same as before, you don't want to glue anything to this part, just this part, and back here. So, I'm going to glue it here, and make sure I only hit this edge. And then glue the bottom edge, keeping in mind where it's going to go. And I want to make sure I get some glue up here. I'm going to bring this all the way back here so that that little outside part doesn't show. And same logic on this side. Come here. And that one on the edge. Outside edge. And just a little bit of glue. Yeah. It's upside down. But there's glue on it. Okay, the only person who will be bothered by upside down music notes is April, so I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with this being on the crease though. Okay, and then we'll ink around this guy and glue him down. Alright, so we can glue this down. Only on the edge here. And I want to hit these edges for the sake of adhesion. And then we glue. And then we're going to come up here. So the music notes won't be super visible for April. Slide that over. Not too far over. Pour yes. Glue on the fingers, I don't like that. Alright. So that's very nice. And out what will be showing and what won't be. So that'll hold a single signature journal. And then we'll stick the front down. Oh, there it is. So this piece we have to cut down to 6. It does add a good element. And I'm going to trim this little border off. Actually, I'm not going to worry about that one. This one, though. Not that it made a difference. I could have really picked either one. But now I'm thinking, and I'm going to take this one off too. I don't know if you guys have figured it out yet, but I'm a pretty indecisive crafter. Which is probably why everything takes hours and hours to get. Okay. Ink up the part that's going to be showing. And here we don't have to be as careful because it's not going to seal the envelope shut. So we can just glue however we want. But I wanted this little edge to be sticking out, so that's why we had to go back and cut it off. There we go. Yeah, so I think I remember I cut these out of the paper, like, this way, as opposed to up and down like I did these ones. But, NBD, because it's still going to look pretty straight. And this one will center, or do I want to put this back here? No, I want to center it. I'm wondering, what do you guys think? Let me know what you think. Well, I, ink. Maybe a washi tape? If I have a washi tape that's close by and I don't have to go into the other room to get. I have this one, which is the closest in tone. I think all my gothic-y ones are in the other room. Useless. Okay. Yeah, I think this will work. We'll add to like the collage feeling for the other stuff we do when we go to decorate. Maybe put one piece of tape down. Did not even kind of line that up. There we go. Like that. So it'll add some interest to the spine, which I didn't ink on this side. Stick that down, ink over this edge. There we go. That looks a bit more intentional, like we wanted it there, planned for it to be there. And we'll drop this one low. Do I want to turn it so that the torn... April's gonna go watch a movie like in the real world, you guys. I'll just tear this a little more. Yeah. Like that. Like that a lot. Committed to that. Alright. So, that will be the cover for the future book we make. That'll go on the back of this. Glue it down like a proper person. Okay. So, I'll relatively center that. I'm not gonna be super sad if it's not perfect, because it's just gonna add to all this background stuff we got. We'll come back later and maybe put like a word here or something. Okay, so now we just gotta get this in here. And it should be relatively easy. We're just gonna glue it down on this side, and then it'll be a book in the back. So, I think I'm gonna go combo glue double-sided tape, just because of how chunky this is. I want to make sure I get it lined up right. And I find that I tend to stick things on better or straighter with a piece of tape. Okay, so let's see, how do we do? So we want to make sure that we butt it right up to the fold, but not over. Give that a good press. And then that'll hold our journal. Stoked on this idea. And if I was smarter, I would have added in the closure. But I might just wiggle this in here and then stick it in there later. And then since this is the back page, I can always stick something here and then cover it up. And then we'll have a closure. Good ideas. Okay, so for this side, I know I still want something to flip open here, and we have to cover up this envelope piece, obviously. But what I'm thinking is to take these and maybe like waterfall stack them here so that they all flip open, and then cut off the edges here so we can stick tags in there. And maybe I need some cardstock to go with that, and then figure out what we're going to put here. So let's look at the kit and see, because we could do one of these library pockets, not library, they're like floating tuck spots pocket things, but since everyone's been using them as flip outs, I might just turn it into a pocket. Because I think it'll be tall enough, maybe. Exploring my options. More and more committed to that idea. Absolutely committed. I agree. And you know, I don't actually do waterfalls a lot. I think the last time I did a waterfall was for the Diana journal. Oh, and that astrology book had like a moving interactive waterfall pocket thing. So we'll see if this is tall enough first. Worst case scenario, I just have to stick like some images behind it or some stickers or something to cover that up. I'm not too worried. We'll make it work. Thank you, Carla, and again, Janine. Nice try. Nice try. I appreciate your ricketiness. So yeah, we gotta cover this up, but I think that's gonna work out nice. And that'll be like the background, and then we'll do the flip on top of it. Ooh, you did mini albums, Lori? So did April. That's where she started too. Okay. So let's see. Fold this down. Crease. I'm gonna cut off this overhang. I like making mini books, Carla. I don't know about charms. I have a love-hate relationship with them. Mostly because it's a lot of fine, like, detail work. But I do like charms on things. I'm gonna show you. Oh, see, I never got into mini albums, Lori, because, like, they require a certain amount of perfection and precision. And while I like to do things, like, with my ruler, I don't like to be beholden to that. So I do like junk journals for that reason, because, I mean, clearly I didn't measure this to the right size, and it still came out looking pretty great. And I feel like in mini albums, when you don't measure things to the right size, you have to recut and fix them again. Alright, Christelle, have a good night. Oh my gosh, April. Well, what we were talking about was how Lori got her start doing mini albums, and I said that's where you came from too. And then I have to find the stickers I just had. Without knocking everything over. So we can cover up this little bit here. I don't know why I put them all the way back in this envelope, like I wasn't going to come back to this. Or like I didn't need to. So let's see. The right size. Let's see. Will it cover everything? It might be too small. Let's see. There's the crease. How low can we go? I think that'll work out. And then I can just pull this up a little bit. See a little tiny book peeking out here. I kind of want... something floral sticking out back there. So let's see. Those are flowers. Those are flowers. Carla, I want to see some of this work. How come you think you're a terrible crafter? That seems dramatic. I think you're probably better than you think. But that's strange, though. You guys don't scrapbook out there? I mean, I guess I don't want to say that's strange. That's different. I would not have considered that it would be unusual to scrapbook there. Or anywhere, I guess. But maybe it's just not something a lot of people do. Yeah, look at that. That'll look nice. Maybe we'll bring it up a bit. Yes. So, do you guys, like I know here in the States we have like Joann's and Michael's. You guys don't have like a craft store like that? Oh my goodness, of course Janine has people coming by. That's gonna be fun though. Is it gonna be your friends? Is it Dog Mama? Okay. Open. Does anybody else struggle with stickers like this, or is it just me and my old arthritic hands that do nothing for me? Except for everything. Oh my god, the struggle. The real reason why it takes me a decade to craft anything. Almost. Oh god. You just have to be smarter than the sticker. Like, honestly, if I had fingernails, like, this would help. Oh yeah, Lori, you get the sticky club stuff too, huh? So I bet you know the struggle. Okay. Just gonna eyeball that. Don't fold with a crease. Okay, we almost had a crisis here. Just gonna buff that out so that it blends in. And fix up this part where it got real janky. Looks good. That could be better. I'm gonna stick this down. They're totally worth it. I love this effect. And you can still kind of see some of the background through it. Love it. So, add a little glue. Bottom. Get that right up to the edge and stick it down. Thinking about it, I want to leave this open. So we're only going to glue this part down. So we can stick bigger pieces back there. I don't know, Carla. I think you're on the right track either way, though. So, just trying to get that glue off the back so it doesn't stick. I want to see the stuff you make, though. I'm very curious. Alright. So then we'll come back to this idea of what's going to be the little flippy dude here later. And then we'll work on these, and I think that'll be the last thing, and then we'll be done. So, I want them to open from the bottom, like so. I also kind of want to get some cardstock. Let me get a piece of cardstock. Because, of course, I didn't have any right here ready to go. Oh, but maybe I have some in my basket? No. I have these cards, though. They might be just a little bit. I might have to cut them down to fit, but that might make a cool accent. Let's see. Or addition to the waterfall. Maybe we'll do that. It's got enough space on top. And then we can fit that in there. Oh, I think it's the same size. Sweet. So we'll add that into the waterfall. What else can we add in? Maybe I don't need to get up into cardstock. Let's see. I have these like flashcard things. That might be too big. It's too long. I'll save that for something else. Or maybe make it into like a bit of a ephemera later. Ooh, but I have these flashcards. That'll work. What else? I could put another one of those tarot cards down. Make it tie in. I have more of those cards too. So let's see. Sorry, now I'm just digging through stuff, and that's not cool. I'm digging through that big old basket I showed you guys last time. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to these cards, which I think will be the right size. So we can sneak that in here. Oh, it's a little short though. No, I thought it would be cool to like crease this and then cut off the top part, and then it would still open up as a writing spot. But I guess maybe I could just cut everything to this size. Would that cut too much of this off though? Yes. Oh no, I guess not. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. So I think these three, but those three will work. So let's plot this off to the side. And get our scoreboard. Everybody get out of the way. Okay. So these envelopes are 5 1/8. So we're just gonna score them at 1/4 inch. Yes, because we have to cut the ends off. Wow, my brain stopped completely there. So we're going to score the cards at least at 1/4 inch. Or the envelopes, I'm sorry. At 1/4. Aren't there 3 of these? Aha. I'm press pretty hard because it's getting through a couple layers of paper. Okay, and then let me get this. Or do we want to go a deckle edge? Let's go straight edge for now. I might change my mind later, but I don't want to confuse myself cutting everything down to the right size. So I need everything to be 4.5 inches. That's not going to work. 4.5 inches. After the score line. So we're going to take everything, since we scored at 1/4 inch, we're going to take it back to 4 3/4 and then cut there. Okay, and then this, we're also going to take back to 4 3/4. Should I just take it off the top? How does that work? Okay, so let me take a little bit off just because it's got that cut here, and then we'll cut the rest down to 4 3/4. And then we know we can score that to at the 1/4 inch in this piece too. And I'm going to cut that part off. But maybe I do want to cut a little bit of it off. So we'll go back to 5 on this one. I think that'll work. 1 3/4 this way. And then just release 4.5. And 4.5. Right. And then to make sure that this stays flippable, which maybe we'll do it this way so it opens out because it's going to be on this side of the book. We'll cut this part off. Smaller scissors. Oh, this will work. And cut it underneath the score line. And behind the score there. And then we'll place it that way. So when it's in the waterfall, you can flip it up, but then also flip it out to write on. So that's cool. And then probably should have flipped this one over so that we had the valley and not the mountain, but it is what it is. This is why I don't make mini albums. And then glue this shut and then score it. Ugh, it's hard to fold. It's like the thickest part of the envelope too, so good idea. In retrospect, I might have scored it just a little bit farther down so it wasn't sitting on all the foldy bits, but whatever. If I wanted to, I could cut these little bits off, and I think I'm just gonna have to glue that edge down. That'll at least help alleviate some of the bulk. Where am I? There they are. Get in there. This is needlessly hard. There we go. Yeah. That'll work better. And then stick this part down so nothing comes up. Alright. Cut before you fold. bit fussy, a little bit tedious, but I think the payoff's going to be good. Did I glue this side down? I think so. I think that's good. I could fold this one this way. And then we'll get like a different side sticking up. And we can trim off the rest of this edge because that was not straight. Even a little bit. Perfectionism increasing. There we go. And let's see. I'm trying to like cut the paper part out, and I'm like not saying anything, really focused, without like cutting through the envelope. It's just glued differently on every envelope, so getting the bulky bit out is harder than I expected. Alright, and then we'll definitely be using the double-sided tape for this. Are any of you guys making this? I'm just wondering, anybody else stash busting? Crafting along with me, I guess. Oh, doing your haunted house journal. Right? It's a haunted house one? Cool beans. So is it just haunted house, or did you add like some extra spice on it? Okay. So, those are done. We'll just ink up on the stuff that isn't already black currently. And then that will be it for this broadcast. This live, just haunted. Yeah, I remember. I remember in the before times. So, those are inked up. Ready to go. Lay this flat for now. So it's easier to stick stuff down. Oh, it's still stuck. How did I have 3 bone folders out and I only couldn't find it? There we go. We're good. Okay. So, I gotta put this up high-ish. Hopefully it fits right here. I didn't actually measure that, and I should have considered that when I started this idea. Oh my. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Like, I'm not a super huge fan of putting it so close to the inside here, so maybe we'll cover this up a little bit. I just want to be able to see some of it. I'll do this one first. I gotta get close. Close. One, because I want to make sure it's straight. I'm going to start at the top. And so basically all you're going to do the waterfall is to just glue one piece after the other straight down, and then it'll have a waterfall effect. Woohoo! Lori, and you said you weren't going to be all done, like, super early. I should have known better. So let's come to right about here. Stick. Make sure that gets stuck down real nice. And then we'll do an envelope, and we'll just alternate all the way down. So just want to match this up here. So this card's a little bit smaller than the envelopes, which sort of ruins a bit of the illusion, but I'm not too worried about it. If anything, I can stick a piece of paper that's the right size underneath here to like back this piece, and just frame this one, and then we'll decorate this one when we come back to decorate everything. So I'm not worried about it. Look, that wasn't right. Is it too late? Oh, like the tape stays behind, but this isn't. That's fine. This tape, man. A Pinocchio emoji. I don't use that enough. I need to use it more. But maybe by not using it. I don't know. It never occurs to me to use it, I guess I should say. So this side up. Okay, double-sided tape from Amazon. That's quickly getting its way off of my list. Put this up. Usually I do this on like a piece of paper first, and then I just stick the whole paper down. I think that's also the way that you do it for mini albums. Just to stick on something else and then stick the whole waterfall down together, but I don't want to do that. But I'm also trying not to put like my whole head underneath this camera, so I can get close enough to see it. So it's not going to be super perfect, but it's going to be good. There we go. Alright. So there is our waterfall. It's going to need some squishing to lay a little bit flatter and not so aggressively up. Plus, like, the envelopes are bulky, so that makes that an issue. Also, look how crooked this is. Oh my gosh. Only on this channel. That's why you stick it on a piece of paper first. I'm not actually upset about it. So maybe, if it doesn't get trained to lay flatter, I may add, like, a tie-on underneath. That just kind of keeps it together. But I think that'll be fun, especially once we decorate it. Oh, this is stuck over here. So we'll put this up, and we'll have some like tags that we can have coming out of the pockets. And then we can journal in here. Put that up. And then we can tuck something back here. And then we'll add something to this next time that flips out and kind of goes over this. Or maybe it just goes underneath this back part. Haven't decided. And then we'll do the vellum pockets over here. And I think that'll be it for the pocketing of this book. Oh my gosh, April, I've been there. I've been there. I know how it do. Something I did not consider is how this was going to fit with this. Wisdom would have dictated I put it on this side and then made the vellum pieces over here be part of this pocket. But that's why we're figuring it out together. But I like this. I think actually I like this better. But there we go. It's getting chunky and beastie. And then when we add the journal to put to the back of it, that'll also like prop this up a little bit. But how fun is this, you guys? This is gonna be so cool. I cannot wait to decorate this. Slips up, sliding pocket dude here with some writing space. Which, like, this is pretty feasible to write on. So provided I don't like do something like super textural and just sort of chunky, should be able to write on this whole piece here. And I still have a bunch more of those little black envelopes, so I could probably, if I wanted to, like, stack another envelope here so it looks like a little envelope stack underneath here. I don't know. We'll think about that next time when we come back. Ooh, a swing tag. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. I think of the logistics of that. Because I might have to put it on this piece. And like stick it like where the inner mechanics of this envelope are. Why is this envelope glued? Because I put this piece of paper in here with glue on it and then immediately shut it down. So we'll just work that out a little bit. And try not to tear anything. So yeah, maybe I'll put a little swing tag back in here. That'll lock it down here. And flip it open, and then waterfall, 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 waterfall. Cool little tuck spot here. Flip out guy here. Here, pocket thing that I haven't decided yet. Some more pockets. Come to the back. Journal. So I'm excited. I think we made some good progress, and I had a lot of fun showing you guys how to do an interactive element this time, and talking about like the structural parts of things and making sure that you have good foundations. And like I said, we're just figuring this out together, so I'm not worried about this being super perfect. I actually kind of love that it's a little bit wonky. If I was doing this to like sell in my shop, I would have spent like hours and hours trying to workshop everything and make sure that there was enough space and all sorts of things like that. I also wouldn't be like trying out chunky elements like this in a journal typically, just because it does take up a lot of space. But I like it for this. I like it for this little tiny insert guy here. Mini dude. Whatever we're calling these. I forgot. Did we decide? And you know what I think I maybe want to do now that I'm looking at this? I think I want to glue this side shut, even though I cut it open, because it matches the other edges, and then cut this off and make it a top loading pocket. What do you guys think? Since all the other ones are sideways. I think that'll add a good variation. Oh, I know. Lori is like the queen of interactive flippity-doos. Her stuff is amazing. So definitely, thank you guys for joining me. Check out my friends because they do cool things. Pink Oddbird, Lipstick Legion, Terrific Tomes. I don't know if Carla has a channel, but if she did, you should definitely go check that out. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And until next time, I promise I will not continue to work on this, even though I really, really want to. And although I may do this part that I just talked about, since we're all apparently in agreement, I'll do that off camera. So that's the only thing I'm going to do off camera until next week. So this way, if you're crafting with me, that's where we're going to be at. And then hopefully next week we'll be able to finish that pocket and start decorating. Oh, and we'll put a journal in here. And it'll just be like a simple journal, so nobody like stress. But that's what we're going to do. So that's it, you guys. That's all. It's really hard for me to end these. I don't know why, but I appreciate your faces. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.